Yeah, we bring reviews of your house, talk to our dudes of your house. I bring my views of your house, wrestling truths of your house. We talk to you in your house, we keeps it cool in your house, we keeps it cool in your house. I'm spitting truths in your house. Yes. Mark's hating on his fast. Becky Nish on the man. Play with two like a lions. Household a dangerous alliance. I am an army like Cody, and I'm overcoming like Kobe. No, they cannot hold me. Come listen, I'm hosting, critiquing, I'm boasting. This wrestling I'm knowing.
My name is Brian Pillman Jr., and you're listening to the In Your House podcast. This is Austin Theory of Evolve, and you're listening to the In Your House podcast.
This is AEW's Darby Allin, and you're listening to In Your House podcast.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to In Your House, starring Alakan Howse and my man, Michael Hutchison. That's Mikey Hutch. This is the People's Podcast. Hey guys, you already know who it is. It's your boys Khan and Hutch, ready to get at work. When it comes to this professional wrestling business, that is what we do, and hey, we love it. Hey, let you guys know where you guys can listen to this at. You guys can listen to this at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Himalaya. Hey, you don't have an Apple device? That's alright. We're on Google Play. Anywhere that you guys are, hey, we can get to you. And last time that I checked, In Your House was the best podcast in the Midwest. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is what we do. Woo, dusting it off, because we just had a big show in your house right here live in Chicago. When you guys listen to this, it will be Monday morning. Guys, we went out there and we got that work. Woo, Mike, what are you thinking about this show, bro?
Well, it was a hell of a journey, let me tell you.
Yeah.
It was a hell of a journey getting here. It's a hell of a journey being here. And what a show we took in. And,
man.
If my voice seems a bit off, it's because I got really loud at this show because they gave me a lot of reasons to.
Oh, yeah. I agree with that.
I got a little bit of a baritone voice going on. So for any of you ladies out there, I hope you girls are enjoying that this evening.
Exactly.
And well, I guess some of you guys too. You know, whatever floats your dress up. You know what I'm saying? How you doing?
Whatever floats your boat, or find your lost remote. So
that's right.
So, but I'm telling you, man. This show floated my boat. That's for sure. Absolutely, it was a good show, and man, there was just so much. I mean, just the trip. I mean, first off, like, we start the day and like everything's going wrong.
Man,
everything's going wrong.
It's like the fates just did not want this to happen. But you know what we said? We said, fuck you.
Yes.
Because we are getting to Chicago, and you know what? We got here.
We did it. We absolutely did it, and we didn't come alone, y'all. So
we got the squad.
The
squad is here. So
oh yes.
Let's name them off.
Oh, we have the executive producer of the In Your House talk show, Paradox. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing all right, except for the fact you brought a Cleveland street rat to Chicago. Do you know how bad of an idea that is?
Awkward. It's been awkward.
Ooh.
Yowie wowie! I tell you, we walk through the streets, and I kind of crouch down and pop my collar and try to hide. I only look tough, man. I'm a teddy bear.
But he lived the gimmick, though.
He lives the gimmick. So we had Paradox come up, and we almost didn't have him. Glad that he was able to make it. Absolutely. I tell you, this trip was a long trip, and we brought a good buddy over here. It's our executive of marketing, and that's Donovan Poole. Don P, how you doing, bro?
What's up, everybody out there? A little bit of marketing is what I do, but I also play a little bit of security because I had to take care of Docs. I saw some people looking at him strange. I just didn't want to market him to everybody else and put him out there like that. So
right.
I got two things to do, but yeah, I'm in here. I'm with y'all.
Yeah. He's Don P's kind of our heavy.
Yeah,
as it were. You know,
Big facts.
if we need problems, you know, taken care of,
Yeah.
we're like, hey,
I'll
Don.
call somebody.
Exactly.
Yep.
But you know who we call? Don P.
Facts.
Problem
Facts.
solved.
Yo, Don P.
Yo.
Do you remember the parking lot of Dragon's Horde Coin and Games, the home of Location Jason and the In Your House talk show? If you don't remember that parking lot, I'd watch your mouth.
I do remember the parking lot quite well, but that's for another show.
That's for another show. That is, but this show that we're talking about is MLW. That's Major League Wrestling, Kings of Colosseum, and man, it was a hell of a show. Kind of strange pacing. Had me a little bit confused. But everything that I wanted to see, I saw it. And I don't care about the pacing so much. I care more about, did I see the matches that I wanted to see? You know what I mean? And man, my goodness, this trip was just so crazy, and we got to give it up to the Will Girl. We got to give it up to the Will Girl. Ah, man, just bobbed us and weave us through this messed up city, and that's Miss Fabulosity, Kayla K. She's over there in the corner right there brooding. But if you want to say
she may or not be hanging upside down right by her talons.
But if you
but she looks lovely this evening, and she got us here. And in all seriousness, we all thank her for it. And oh my God, I think I'm going to die because she's approaching me.
Yes.
My Hutch has had a good run on In Your House. Thank you.
But-
And also, it has been nice knowing y'all. They won't be here. I still will be. It'll be now the Miss Fabulosity show, as I've stated previously, while these two rugrats will get put to bed permanently.
Whoa.
I'll co-host. Just imagine it. Fabudoxity.
That's good stuff. That's
I'll
good
still do
stuff.
marketing.
I like it. He's like, yes, I'll still do my.
Stay tuned. That's a new T-shirt design coming on Pro Wrestling
I
Tees.
know, right? Like, that's a tag team right there, man. That's a
Fabulous
tag team.
Paradox.
What up? I dig that. That's a cool tag team. See, we over here getting gimmicks here and everything.
Right,
Man,
right.
this trip has been crazy.
And seeing this right here, what you're witnessing here, ladies and gentlemen, again, mostly gentlemen, is how you get that work.
Right. And that is what we do here. And man, it was a hellacious night. I don't even really know where to start. So what was? We'll start with Michael over here. What was the very first match that kind of sticks out to you off the top of your head?
I'd have to say it was their championship match. Their
title match?
Yeah, the title match,
Yeah.
man. And there was I don't know, are we dropping spoilers here? Because we're dropping this on Monday, and it's going to drop Monday night, I believe, on the YouTubes. So,
Ooh, good question.
So yeah,
Good
I don't
question.
know if we should drop spoilers here.
I feel like since it drops at 9, we should go spoiler free.
Yeah.
Just so we don't spoil their product when it does drop.
I'm with
like
it.
that
Oh,
idea.
I'm with it. That's a
I
good
like that
point.
idea.
That's a good
Because
point.
it drops at what, 6
So,
a.m.?
6 a.m.
So yes,
Yep.
I will say. So we'll have to dance around the details here. And
Yeah,
can do
yeah,
that
we can
because,
do that.
You know, because again, that's how we roll.
Yep.
Smooth as silk. Anyway, yes, I would say the world title match is definitely a standout to me. It was not my favorite,
Right.
but it definitely stood out, and it's again because the pacing of the show was odd.
Weird. Just weird.
And,
a little
I-
odd.
and it made sense in a recording aspect, I think, based on what transpired.
I think it's more than one show, bro. I think they did more than one show.
I think they did as well because again, it
You
felt
saw
like
you saw a few wrestlers wrestling more than once in the night.
yes, and again, big ups to the MLW talent.
Man, yeah.
'Cause,
Oh, yeah.
man, you guys, you again, and women, well. Again, everybody was there from the ring announcer to
Everybody.
every talent. I mean, everybody.
Selena
was
De
good.
La Renta.
Yeah,
That's who you're talking about.
yeah, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
That's who you're talking about.
Yes.
And can I just talk about her for a quick second, just real quick?
Yeah, but you're the captain on this
She
magic
is
carpet ride, bro.
she is 22 years old. 22. And she's like the executive producer of MLW.
Hey, Con?
Yeah.
I'm 22, and I'm the executive producer of In Your House.
That's the point that I'm making, bro. So young, but so accomplished. That's exactly my point. He just said my point because you're young and accomplished. So, see how I turned that around on him?
Anything for you to put me over.
Yeah, exactly.
But enough about me. Let's talk about me. What do you think about me?
Uh-oh.
But I
Miss
have a
Fabulous.
question though. Like, are you going to do as many wardrobe changes as she did? I mean,
Oh my
like,
goodness.
as fierce
The
as
gr-
she did?
The girl only did 3, and her eyeliner was whack.
Oh.
Hey, she can still get it though.
Hey.
Oh, I am
I'm
not
not denying that.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Oh, that is what we do here at In Your House. It's just jocularity and a really good time. And back to my point here is just that the role that she plays on the show, you saw her a lot throughout the night. You saw her a whole lot throughout the night. And that's because she is the authority figure role on the weekly episodic show.
Well, if I could add something in regards to this young lady, it's funny you mentioned that she's only 22 because, I mean, I've seen her, what little I've watched of MLW, I've seen her on there, and again, she has a great TV presence and all that.
Yeah.
But live, man. And again, I'm not trying to say, like, man, because she's hot.
Exactly. That's not even what this is.
It's not even
like,
it's about because, again, yes, obviously she's a very attractive woman, but that is not what I'm trying to say. But she commands an authoritative, like, aura about her, and a commanding presence is kind of what I got from her. And I'm just like, because again, like, I'm watching the talent in the ring, and here she is, doing her role that I've seen others do before.
Yeah.
It's not like, again, and this is all due respect to her, that she did anything much different.
Yeah. She's not reinventing the wheel
But
here.
she stands out.
She does stand out.
So, again, hats off to her, man.
Yeah, and she's doing a really good job.
And anybody, and again, this is a perfect role as a manager or whatever role you put her with that talent will get over.
Yeah, I think so.
And
And she was out there managing several different talents, bro.
And the talents were getting heat because of her.
Yep.
Again, effective. She's money.
Yep. Managers, man, and that's the we talk a whole lot about managers and like the people who don't watch MLW, like, you need to watch this. Like, you got to give this a shot.
Yes.
Give it a chance. You know what I mean? I can't stress that enough because because I know me, and I believe you too, Michael, started out at Battle Riot 2.
Yep.
And that show blew my mind.
I wasn't ready for how good that show was.
I wasn't ready.
And I know a lot of the household, a lot of our elite members of the household have like, you guys got to watch MLW. We want to hear you guys talk about MLW. Well, here you go.
Yeah. Yep.
And as far as I'm concerned, I was, I watched the lead into tonight's show on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I plan on watching tonight's show on YouTube to see how, or, when it pops up.
Yeah.
Just to see how it looks, and not gonna lie, so you can see yours truly and the squad.
Right, of course.
There.
Absolutely.
But yeah, just to see how it goes. But I think I'm going to watch MLW going forward.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a lot of talents there that
you liked.
That I became a fan of.
Yeah.
And that's the Dynasty, bro.
Oh man, the Dynasty.
Again, I don't want to jump ahead.
Right.
I know we'll get to them.
We'll get there. Oh, we'll definitely.
But yeah, we'll get there. But yes, the World Championship match.
Yeah.
I watched the whole thing.
Just watch everything. But yeah, the world title match. So now I'm gonna ask Docs here. What for you? We're not talking favorite match here. I'm talking about the first match that pops into your head that stuck out.
I would say the world title match as
world
well.
Title match, yeah.
Just Jacob Fatu.
Yes, that's Jacob Fatu. Yep.
He's one of many stars I saw tonight that I'd heard of before,
Yeah.
but I'd never actually seen their work.
Yeah.
And I'm instantly a fan.
Yeah.
It's like you said, the pacing of the show was kind of weird. I get it from like a filming for TV kind of thing.
Yeah.
But that from that match on was really where like the bar got kicked up, and so everything. I don't want to hate on the show prior to that because there were some solid matches.
Yeah.
And some solid performances by like Ace Austin. By,
Ace Austin
El
was great.
Gringo Loco.
Gringo Loco,
which is another guy I'd heard of but never seen. But like another big guy that does some impressive aerial stuff.
Yeah.
But like that championship match, threw me off because it was like the halfway through the show.
Man, I know.
And they announced it as the main event.
Yeah.
So But all of that, I understand from a filming point of view why that happens. But that match really just is like, because prior to that, it was an all right show, probably not worth all of the chicanery that came beforehand.
Fucking heck.
And but after that match, I was like, all right, that alone was worth the ticket.
Yeah.
And from then on was worth all the pain and sorrow that came prior.
Oh man, facts. So now I want to ask our boy Don P over here. Now let me prefix it with this. He's not the biggest of wrestling fans. We're just keeping it honest. We do it here, but also these are the type of perspectives that we need,
because individuals like him are the people that wrestling needs to pull in. Because
exactly.
Con, myself, Docs, we're going to tune in every week.
Mm-hmm.
Don P's got other shit to do. Don P's handling business.
Yep.
So he ain't got time to sit and watch wrestling. With all due respect.
Right.
However, let's bounce it over.
So, might ask you, from your perspective, what was the match that first stuck out to you? Not your favorite match, but the one that stuck out.
The one that stuck out to me the most, I would have to say the match with Mr. Reed, Mr. Myron Reed.
Myron Reed.
Yes.
Yeah. Myron Reed and Ray Horace.
We want justice.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Justice.
the reason I say that is because some of the wrestling that I watched back in the day was some of the good old WCW with some of the trickery and things that Ric Flair did and those kind of guys, and that's kind of what brought me back. They captured the crowd and they worked it and they did some things. I'm not going to do any spoilers, but there were some surprises in there, and just the way they moved that caught my attention. And the outfits was kind of loud too. That was cool, but that's what got me.
Yeah.
The actual match that turned the In Your House crew heel for the rest of the crowd.
Exactly. No, he's not lying. He's not lying, because we was all up for that justice, and I'm gonna.
I'm sorry. I just want to throw out as well. He brought up Myron Reed, and another effective thing that Myron Reed did. And I'm sorry. What is the guy's name that is running with him?
Jordan Oliver.
Thank you. I knew it was Jordan, but I didn't want to mistake his name.
Yeah, Jordan.
And Jordan,
Oliver.
if you're listening, my apologies, because again, you're awesome too.
He is good.
And again, he's somebody I wasn't familiar with him.
I have heard a lot about Jordan Oliver, and I actually saw him on one of the last few episodes of MLW, and he knows what he knows who he is.
Yes.
I'll leave it at that.
Exactly.
He knows
He's
who
got
he
a
is.
swagger.
Exactly.
He do.
And a punchable face.
Oh man, for real.
Let's just keep
for
it a
real. We're keeping it
but,
straight.
but anyways, yes. Jordan and Myron Reed came out during, like, it was early in the show.
It was earlier in the
I want
show.
to say it was the second match.
I believe so. Yeah, it was the second match, as a matter of
Yeah,
fact.
it was the second match, and and again, the match had our attention. Then all of a sudden, heads kind of started to turn a little bit. What was going on? And here come these two, with the tape over their mouths and justice and all that, and a sign that says justice on it 3 times, and they're walking up and down in front of people. Instantly, here's the In Your House crew standing up, fist up, talking about we want justice. We're with it.
We're here for that justice.
We're with it. And again, it was just cool because again they commanded your attention.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Myron Reed was definitely a standout. So
absolutely,
with that.
I agree with that. I agree so much that I agree with Don P. My standout match was actually Myron Reed and Ray Horace. Former guest Myron Reed. Absolutely, so awesome to finally see him do his thing in person.
He's great live.
Yeah, he's great live. Super talented.
Reed just drew the ire of the crowd just like that.
Yeah,
and he had everybody in that arena in the palm of his hand again.
Yep. It was a good match. I like the pacing of that match and how it went down, and it's a good mix of that cruiserweight luchador style. They just went back and forth and
stiff though too.
Yeah, pretty stiff, and man, Myron Reed is fun to watch live, man.
Yeah.
He's fun to watch live. I've seen a lot of his videos and seen his matches and stuff, but he's fun to watch live. Like, he's even better. So, definitely happy to say that I got former guest Myron Reed. Got one of his matches under my belt, so that's cool. Definitely that makes it worth the trip all its own. But, man, let's ask this, man. Let's ask this. I want to go to a favorite match, Because we're all over the place here, man.
Ladder match.
It was the ladder match?
Ladder match.
The ladder match. Tell me who was the ladder match involving, just so they know.
It was the,
It was the Dynasty.
and,
Yep.
Against
The Hart Foundation.
Yeah, the Hart Foundation.
Yep.
It was Dynasty and Hart Foundation. It was hard hitting and again, the Dynasty. Again, I'd become an MJF fan.
Oh yeah.
Again, though I hate him, boo. Because again, he's just such a detestable prick.
Yes, he is.
But you can't help but love dude. And I'll say this right now, MJF had people ready to fucking fight him tonight.
Man, some dude was about to hop the barricade.
Right.
Like, I saw that, I was like, oh snap, dude's about to get his ass.
Because he was just popping off at everybody. He don't, because a lot of these heels out there, I'm doing the quote signs as if you guys can see me, but these heels out there, they're okay with being like, I want to be liked on Twitter and all that stuff.
Yeah.
MJF welcomes the death threats that I assume that he probably gets from some people.
Yeah.
Because he
had dude high.
Dude was high. And then he slapped another dude's hat.
Dude, he's there for the smoke.
And the guy whose hat he slapped probably stood a good foot taller than MJF did.
This dude, okay, let me tell you. Dude, let me tell you about MJF, man. MJF, he's such a bad dude, man, that he comes over here flipping people's hat in Chicago. All they doing is shooting.
Yeah.
All they doing is shooting around here, and he's here for the smoke.
While he's wearing that scarf. He wants all the smoke.
Hey, I give it to him, though. This dude came to Chicago with the scarf, and he left with it, too.
Facts.
Nobody snatching his chain.
His grandmama gave him that scarf, and he's keeping it. He is not going to cry in the car.
Man, for real, this dude.
He gonna make you cry in the car after he buries you.
Man.
But again, it wasn't just MJF, man. The rest of the Dynasty really stood out to me because, again, I've seen him a little bit.
Yeah.
But, again, live.
Alexander Hammerstone and Richard Holiday, most marketable.
Could they pick more dickhead names for these guys? What's your name? I'm Alexander Hammerstone. Like, you're a cunt. You know what I mean? Oh, I got the C word on here. Oh, man. Yeah, we're in Chicago, folks.
Hey, that's how it
Hijinks
goes
and
down.
chicanery at fucking 2:30 in the fucking
Chicago's the real C word.
Man, this place was hell, bro. This place was hell. I'm glad to say I finally made it here, but this place was hell, though. But yeah, man, Alexander Hammerstone and Richard Holiday. Yeah, you're supposed to hate them.
Exactly.
You're supposed
they
to.
made me say the C word, and I normally don't even drop that. But again, I mean, just looking at it from
our side,
the different lens,
yes,
so to speak. These guys are all just fantastic.
Oh my god,
in their roles, and
and
Hammerstone's fucking awesome in the ring. I mean, they're all awesome in the ring, but Hammerstone,
he stands out, man, to me. Like, as the I'm not saying the other guys can't wrestle. I'm not even implying
because
that.
they can.
But Hammerstone just really stood out with his size, everything that he can do in the ring. Like, dude is a star. He's got star written all over him.
Yeah, and again, they all do.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, what's the other guy's name?
Richard Holiday, most marketable.
This guy looks like somebody I go into like PNC Bank and like set up a loan with. Like this fool come out in this fucking his suit jacket and his suit, and he's got the fucking iPod wireless gimmicks in his ears, and he's fucking talking shit to people, talking about I can get you fuck your mortgage company, I can get you a better fucking mortgage rate, and you just want to fucking kick this guy in the fucking taint. Fuck him. I bet he's got one of those polo shirts that's got the alligator on it. It's like, asshole. Like, this guy's a dick. And I love him.
I do too, man. I love everything about the Dynasty. They are something so different. Like, in all seriousness, though, they're something so different than just a cool gimmick where it's like, they're trust fund babies. Yeah. They're privileged.
Fucking pretentious ass. Spoiled, never had to struggle for nothing.
Exactly, but it fits, and they make you hate them.
Exactly, which is what an effective heel is.
Yep.
The Dynasty is money, and I hate them, but I love them.
Exactly. It's facts, man. It's facts, and that was a fantastic match. Docs, what are you thinking? What was your favorite match?
I'm a sucker for a ladder match. I'm a sucker for a death match. But to be honest, freaking Hammer Time. Alexander Hammerstones.
Alexander Hammer Time.
His first match with D.H. Smith actually was probably my favorite match of the night.
Yeah.
It was the first time I'd seen Hammerstone wrestle. And, you know, I've gushed on this show before about how much I love MJF and all that stuff. But motherfucker wrestled 2.5 times tonight and didn't look any worse for wear. Like, I'm not talking like he no-sold anything. I'm saying that, like, he was still on point
I know.
with his, like, gimmick, with his, like, he was just so on it tonight. Like, he is my MVP.
Yeah.
Like, and like I said, to put over a death match or a ladder match, you got to make a strong first impression, like, because those are my top 2 things.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, I'm gonna literally binge watch the hell out of his stuff for the next week. Like the entire Dynasty. Like I had no idea that MJF was in a team called the Dynasty with, you know, Hammer Time and JG Wentworth. But I love to hate him, and I've not seen anyone since probably like early Miz get such like legitimate heat.
Yeah.
And like for being good. When I say early Miz, I'm not talking about looking at his wrist for the Diva search. I'm talking about like WWE Champion Money in the Bank Miz, where I still loved him because he got heat for the right reasons.
Yeah, for sure.
The Dynasty's the only team I've seen since then to get that kind of heat.
Yeah.
And I love it. They command a room, and they can use reverse psychology to get you to cheer the other team by, like, you know, cheering for themselves just so you'll counteract it.
Yep.
Like, they can work a room, and it's an art, man.
It is. I agree. I totally agree, man. Absolutely agree. It's an art. It's an art, and they've gotten really good at it. Now, we're going to bring in our casual correspondent here. Our casual correspondent, Don P. What was your favorite match? Like, and when I say favorite match, I mean like one that kept you off your phone, held your attention, and you're like following it the whole time. You know what I mean?
Do I have to tell you the truth? Or
Yeah.
can I lie?
I mean,
the household, as it were, would like you to keep it a stack.
Keep it a
sir.
stack. Keep it a stack. These pretty boy people, I'm gonna have to give it to them. You know, that ladder match was something that did get my attention. Some things in that match that, again, some surprises and things of that nature. I was waiting for somebody to get hurt. Hopefully nobody did. You know, it is wrestling. But, you know, that match, just to see it in person, that was my first ladder match, to see in person.
Oh, it was your
to
first
see
ladder
the
match?
belts hanging in the air.
Yeah.
You know, to see the ladders in the ring and the way they actually used the ladders in the match, you know, was something that I enjoyed.
Right.
So I would have to say, even though I really don't want to, that was my favorite match for very good reasons.
see, I think one thing that does detract from that match, though, is the Hart Dynasty never went for the f***ing titles.
Yeah, that's a thing. I was kind of confused by that.
But
of course, we're not giving away any spoilers here, but that is, I feel like that is something that it felt like they never like really truly tried.
Yeah, everyone just seemed to like want to be on the offense on the ground. No one seemed to want to climb a ladder.
Yeah,
and that kind of is the whole point. So it detracted a bit from me.
Yeah.
Again, not to jump back in and throw myself in this thing, but it just popped in my head that to me, especially the Hart Dynasty, but like even the Dynasty, like, you know, again, no spoilers. Like no one wanted to climb the ladder.
Right.
Like you had, you know, just people doing all this car crash stuff and no actual going towards the goal.
Right.
To play devil's advocate to that, again, that's a very, very valid point. But one thing that always stood out to me in a ladder match that I always saw as a negative is the slow ascension of the ladder.
You really didn't see too much of that.
You didn't see too much of that.
Good point.
And
I didn't think of that. I really didn't think of that.
And it's almost like, you know, the Harts were like let's wear these motherfuckers down enough. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? To
Yeah.
where, like, why should we even attempt it and risk, getting dropped off the top of the ladder? Let's kick these fucking... And besides, again, punchable faces. Let's fucking punch them.
Right,
You
right.
know? And then give them that work, kick their ass, then go up there and try to get the top.
Right. I feel that.
You know what I mean?
I do.
And
That
again,
is fair.
so again, yeah, it's like we didn't see, there wasn't a whole lot of the one step.
I do hate that, though.
One step.
Like, come on, you know how to climb a ladder.
Right, if it's late in the match, okay, it makes sense, because, again, you take a lot of punishment, you're winded, blah, blah, blah. But if you're doing that in Act 1, it kind of don't make sense.
Yeah.
So, again, you made valid points, just a counterpoint.
Of course, no.
So I like that it didn't happen as much.
Right.
So
I hadn't thought about it that way, and now that you've said that, like, it does make a hell of a lot more sense as far as like realism goes. Like, yeah, I see it a lot more now. Like,
I
for
do.
sure. Like, I just hadn't thought about it that way.
I didn't
the way
think
we're
about it that
programmed to think
Good
about
point.
wrestling.
see, that's
Good
what I
point.
do. I keep these youngins in line. You know what I'm saying? Because I just hit level 39. So we talked about that on the Facebook Live thing earlier.
We
so,
did.
you
We
guys
did.
are paying
That we
attention.
did. But yeah, that is great points. Great points about that, and I agree. For me, man, it was it was tough. It was tough because, as you guys had said, that title match was the one that was kind of like where everything kind of picked up in a big way. It was that title match,
Yes.
and I really got a chance to see Jacob Fatu, do his thing, and that was awesome. But for me,
Defied physics.
oh my goodness, that what that man did. But for me, it was the ladder match, man, and I'm gonna tell you why it was the ladder match. And there's another name in this ladder match, and we're talking about the Dynasty and Dynasty this and Dynasty that, and that's okay. That is okay because the Dynasty deserves that. But there's one name that made this match my match of the night, and that's Teddy Hart.
Yes.
You're not wrong there. You are not wrong there. That man put on a hell of a performance.
Hell of a show. He was absolutely incredible.
Man.
Absolutely incredible.
Because the first thing that I noticed about that man is as soon as the match started, he just looked like he popped. Right in the mouth. Because what did I say to you? I was like, did you see him just punch
You said it. I remember you said, did you see his working punch?
Right. And again, I wasn't trying to sound like that smart fan or
No, it
anything.
wasn't
and
like
I know
that.
me saying that line, it is. But again, because again, we all know it. With all due respect, we know it's work. But again, I was like, damn. Because it wasn't like that. Just like I slapped him,
Yeah.
Because it could work too. But he popped it right in the jaw.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, oh shit, it's on. Here we go.
Yep.
And it was.
It was, man.
Man, yeah. That guy's
The
fucking
things
insane.
that man did, I could not imagine that he did it. I dare I say, from all the videos that I've seen of him, and to see him do it, I feel like I want to say it, best Canadian destroyer in the business today. I mean, the way we've seen him. I mean, did you guys see that video of him doing it off the top of that ladder?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Man. No,
And-
thank you.
And then
Nope.
And then the one that he did off of David Hart's shoulders.
Yeah, that was insane.
I mean,
Whew.
it's hard to argue. Maybe best today, because I'll say this: Petey Williams had a hell of a Canadian destroyer.
Go back to 07-ish, definitely
Yeah.
Petey Williams. But
Yeah.
like modern day, yeah, Teddy Hart definitely is up there.
I don't see anybody doing it like him, bro.
And seeing it firsthand
Yeah.
live was nothing short of incredible.
Yeah, that guy can go. I watched him and I'm just remembering so many, and his flips, man.
Thank you. I was getting ready to say,
His
like,
flips.
there was because I've seen people do like swantons and
Yeah.
all that stuff, and again, that's an awesome move. And if it's done by like Jeff Hardy, he does a gorgeous one,
Yeah.
But Teddy did this flip. I don't
He
even know.
added
like
one
a corkscrew.
corkscrew,
kind of
yes,
thing.
and it was a thing of beauty, bro.
Like I would describe it as, and again, fuck it. You guys can clown me, but it looked elegant.
It did.
It looked graceful.
It really did. It looked graceful but impactful.
But we're talking about a powerhouse, man.
Yes.
This dude's strong as hell, too.
Yes.
And to describe him as elegant is kind of a strange...
It's a bit of a misnomer.
Yeah.
But, like, just because, like, the beauty is in the move does not take away from the impact of said move.
Right.
Boom.
If anything, it makes you go, holy shit, that much more.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
There you go.
Man, what dictionary did you just pull that out of?
The Oxford Dictionary. You should just read any book; it'll be just as good for your intelligence, Donovan.
But I will say this, Don P. Watch out for the pop-up books. That castle might pop up.
Man, right in the eye. I remember that happened to me a couple times.
Right.
Man, that happened to me a couple times.
Got a couple of those.
Wow, we're shooting on the podcast tonight.
But
Oh man.
One thing I will say about Teddy Hart, like the only prior to MLW, like I watched a couple highlight reels prior to coming to this show, but I'm not familiar with MLW.
Right.
Really, prior to this, my first hands-on experience. Every YouTube video, every like interview I've seen of like people talking about Teddy Hart was always that he was like negative. It was like always unsafe or like bad attitude, but like that man like did incredible things, and the only person who I thought was at risk like was himself for like being crazy enough to do this.
Yeah.
And after every show you get like these kind of things, like you can meet some talent and stuff, and the man seems so genuine. He took a picture with this little kid that was just the most adorable thing I've ever seen. So I went into this with like a negative connotation with Teddy Hart, and in the matter of one match and a brief encounter, that man put all the negativity to bed, at least for me.
At least for me too, because
Yeah.
I read that stuff too. I heard the same stuff, and man, that dude was just so genuine, man.
Yeah, in the ring, in person, to steal your line, he kept his stack.
He did, man. He was a real one. He was a real one.
And like he even like kind of like chatted us up a little bit too about like some stuff
some
that went
spots in the match.
like some stuff, like some stuff that went down, which again I didn't expect.
I did not.
Like no spoilers, but like the fact that they had to use like a makeshift table through like an old door or like just a big piece of wood, like. Again, that's not a huge spoiler, but he was talking about the impact of that on him, and like, just again, wasn't expecting it. Like, we just went up there, because it's after the show. Want to congratulate people on a great match, but like, damn, like he came out, and I had this like mental animosity, and I've never had that shit shut down so quickly. Oh
man, for real, he was just so because I was like, hey. I'm gonna go up, talk to him and whatever, whatnot. Just tell him you had a good match and yada yada. And I was expecting something a little different, and he was just, it's cool. He was just straight cool.
He talked to us like he'd known us for a while.
Yeah,
like it was.
It's not like generic greeting, generic response.
Yeah,
kind of thing. Like I was kind of expecting, like, hey man, you had a great match. Thanks for coming out to the show. Like,
boom.
Every freaking indie show that I've been to, for the most part, save for Hannibal Jackson. Shout out Hannibal Jackson.
Absolutely.
My man Matt Ambrose.
Yes, Matt Ambrose. I remember Matt Ambrose. Yes.
There you go.
Yes. Throwing it back with that one, our man. But man, this show, I'm sitting over here watching this show, thinking back at the pacing of the show, and it was just weird. It was odd, and I'm sure it had something to do with different tapings. But man, we saw a lot of luchador action too, like a whole lot of luchador action, and I do like lucha. I do like lucha, so
yeah,
I had no problem with it at all. Man, we got a chance to see Conan.
Yeah, like Conan was there. Like all of a sudden, like his, because again, I listen to Conan's podcast, pretty much weekly. And you gotta check it out. I'm sure you guys probably do. Anyway, but yeah, like his music started bumping, and I'm like, oh shit, dude! Like here he comes, and yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
And how speaking of other people we got to see, fucking, and everybody knows he's there and all that shit. Fucking Jim Cornette, dude. Like it was cool to see that silly ass.
That dude,
angry
That dude's mad. That dude be mad.
He did great tonight.
He really did. Yeah, he seemed like he did just fine. I think there was one part like where he was like booking it to the back. Like I think he had to piss.
I don't know what the fuck was going on. Yeah,
I think he did.
Exit stage left.
Yo, he was booking it though. Did anybody else notice that besides me?
I mean, I noticed it. I do also like. During like the third match, I think his headset went out, or like there was some technical difficulty.
Oh,
because when that guy was in the ring and just tried to get everyone to chant for like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
I think just as someone who's dealt with technical issues, shout out DCCW. It just seems like something you're doing to buy time because you're either not completely prepared or just something goes off the wall.
Right.
So I think they might have had to film like. Maybe a little extra because it was a kind of long show to cover up for any technical difficulties that might have happened. A bit rambling because technology nerd, but like.
But now you mention that, I seem to recall looking over and seeing Jim Cornette kind of like point at his headset, saying like, "I can't hear."
Oh, okay. See, I didn't notice that.
I just happened to look over because again, like because I'm not gonna lie, because Con and I had done commentary once, and commentators were sitting like right at ringside.
Yeah.
Saying they were probably a good 10, 12 feet from us.
Yeah, they were pretty close.
Like, if we wanted to, we could have took something and, like, bopped Cornette in the head with it, should we have wanted to.
And he would have been red-faced like you know.
Oh, dude, he's like, "You son of a bitch!"
He would have caused a racket and then hit us with a racket.
Be in sports. Oh, man.
Goddamn, get me the hell out of here. Jesus Christ, he does this damn thing, hit me in the goddamn head. So you're trying to call this fucking show?
Oh, Corny, we love you.
Right.
We do.
That was probably a horrible impersonation. I apologize. But you know what? It's damn near 3 o'clock in the morning Central Time. Central Time? Is that where we are? We're in fucking Chicago.
Yep.
Fucking Chicago. It's another
Trash time.
fucking world. Wow, careful. Holy shit. We got listeners in Chicago, bro.
Cleveland represent. Con, you as far as I understand, you've not seen a death match in person. And I know things came up to where you couldn't catch like the first part of it, but I know you caught the tail end. Like, what'd you think of like your first like death match experience? Because I grew up with like I'm a CZW kid. Shout out Uncle Mox, but like what did you think?
That's a good question. So from what I got to see of it, and I was looking at it as much as I could. I come back, man. I see Mance Warner, old Mance. I love Mance Warner, man. Love Mance Warner. I'm sitting over here. I'm seeing this some bitch with thumbtacks in his head, and I'm like, we off to the races. We passed the races. I mean, it's just wild, and I'd seen a couple of death matches like televised, but never in person. And to see a death match in person, like that's cool, man, because. That's a style that a lot of people don't really vibe with, and it was never my speed either. But I turn around a little bit because now that I've watched a few death matches, that was pretty cool. I mean, just the things they did to each other, a whole lot of physicality. Yeah, I would for a genre that is. I mean, crapped on a lot. I think that death matches, there's a place for it here in professional wrestling today with new talent and more feats of athleticism. Just like when I see hardcore matches like Filthy Tom Lawler versus Jimmy Havoc, I enjoyed that. And there was a lot of blood and weapons and stuff there. I think there's a place for it. Hey guys, it's your boy Con, back at home in Indiana, settling back in and everything. Hey guys, this was part 1 of the In Your House Chicago story. So definitely check out part 2 Wednesday morning at 6 a.m. But hey guys, this right here, this was another great episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Guys, let you guys know where you guys can listen to this at. You guys can listen to this at Apple Podcast, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Himalaya. Hey, you don't have an Apple device? That's alright. We're on Google Play. Anywhere that you guys are, hey, we can get to you. Check us out October 5th, Heroes and Legends 13, Fort Wayne, Indiana. We are the official podcast of the entire event, and if you can't make it, but we really hope you make it, Check it out on Fight TV with your boy Khan, on commentary with Jason Saint. Guys, get a shirt. What are you doing? www.prowrestlingtees.com/inyourhouse. Guys, get a shirt. Get this work. Guys, we tell you this all the time. Hop on this bandwagon. Get on or get gone. Because the household, well, we going strong. You guys have a great day and a great rest of your week. Peace.